TAYLORMADE sim, Cleveland launcher HB turbo. Shall we, Matthew?
Not a driver off, is it?
It's a driver off.
Whoa.
Very different prices, loads of tech. Yeah, should be an interesting one. Do you want me to hit the sim first, did you say, sir?
I've set the sim up first, yes. You are logged in as Q star, so let's change that because you're using your yellow ball. Z star it is, and we're ready to go. Right,
looks to kick us off with both. They're both pretty jazzy.
Yeah, they are.
Like there's a lot of jazz in both.
Picking straight off, like without hardly thinking what you're going with straight away.
Looks wise, what I like best?
Yeah.
God, I couldn't pick. I love the TAYLORMADE, looks great. I love that silvery, flecky carbon top, just looks cool.
Yeah.
Just looks good. I'm not a massive fan of the shape. The more I put, like here, it should curve in more. It like goes out a bit here for me. Can you see what I mean? Like here.
Yeah, it does.
It doesn't curve enough.
Quite aggressive, isn't it? The way it moves away from the ferrule area.
Yeah, absolutely. The turbo is like classy and ping and dark and stealthy.
Yeah.
I do like the lines on it, frame it up really well.
Yeah.
Not a massive fan of that bit. So this is the crown where they sweep it away, trying to push everything low and back. That's like, I'm not a massive fan of that bit.
Okay.
The looks, but totally could look past it. Oh.
This was meant to be a quick first off.
I would have to hit them. I couldn't choose. I will say this though. I think if you go, you know, 8 out of 10 cats would choose. I think they would choose the TAYLORMADE.
Oh yeah, okay. I'm picking Cleveland.
And it's a bit like that. Like,
yeah.
So what I'm really saying is I don't mind which one you pick. I think they both look good.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you as well. I'm sorry, this was meant to be quick this bit, but I couldn't tell you as well the price of those two without knowing the brands. I wouldn't say one looks cheap or expensive. Like,
yeah,
you wouldn't be out. Like sometimes the cheaper driver looks cheaper, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And there isn't that issue here at all. And you've got to remember these are very different price points.
Because it's got like that nice matte finish
on the top. Yeah, it's classy.
Yeah.
Right, should we get some numbers?
Numbers.
Sim time. 9 degrees in both. Let's see. Nice sound on the old sim. I do like the sound, a little cutty, that's me more than the club. But I do have issues with the technology of twist face just hanging them out a little bit. They're just always a bit out to the right, stay there.
Stay there, yeah.
And the twist face idea is not meant to do that. Obviously you get the sliding weight in sim, so I can heel and toe the weight. Also you get your channels and you get this low swept, this bit at the back, swept back lower in the CG, and adding to aerodynamics, they say. And then you've also got the screws in the face that you'll see, which is then they build the face past tolerance and then try and bring it back in the engineering process by inserting their, I'm not even going to say it anymore, what they insert. A better one. Again, it'll be interesting to see if the Cleveland's as fadey. I didn't think I faded that, but again we're dotted up, so we should see club numbers hopefully.
Sounds like you are towing them, but you're not, are you?
You didn't tow that?
No, it does sound a bit towy, the sound in my ears when you're hitting that. I'm just going to check.
Check the strike spot.
Yeah, maybe it's
Middle
the
bottom. It's actually slightly
lowness.
heel.
Yeah, maybe it's a bit low that I'm hearing.
But again, look at the face. I'm struggling to get that face where I want it, but again, I might do that with the Cleveland.
Because that's really important, hearing the sound and the strike. I always think in lessons, like I'm asking students, where do you hit that? And then relating it to it.
So really try to not let that one disappear. Oh, that's a big one.
That's a good shot.
That's a
very
proper
nice.
TAYLORMADE big one. And I can get some great numbers out of this club. I have done in so many tests.
Question for you.
Me.
The depth of it. Because when I reviewed that against the Mizuno, maybe like a link up here for that video, it was a lot shallower.
Yeah, so I don't think it is shallower for me. I think it looks shallower because you get a lot of club over here that isn't club.
Okay.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what is all this? What this is all doing is I'm sure there for the face.
Yeah.
So like the face ends and the club almost ends.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
So I think that makes it look more stretched, because when I put them together, I'm not seeing any difference at all.
No. I do see where you're coming from there.
I think it's what happens out this end of the tail. I mean, the face end's there, and there is like that much club hanging over. It's almost like the face has missed the head. So I hit one more, sir.
Yeah, that's what, 4 shots when you've hit this one, yeah.
I really went for that. That's what I don't like about this. And let's see if I get it with the Cleveland, because I just constantly get that. And when I do these videos, you'll get, so the percentage of comments now will be, there'll be people going, oh, you always hate on TAYLORMADE. I don't make great clubs. They just make great clubs. I don't know how else to say it. But there's a massive percentage of people who are just going, I tried it and I had the same, went right, stayed right, went right, stayed right. And I've heard, like I've said before, I know it's an issue, so I've seen it on tours. We'll look at those numbers in a sec, because there's some good ones in there. Let's compare it up to the Cleveland, shall we?
Let's.
So in this one we get not as deep weighting, but they'll say it is. It certainly doesn't look as noticeable tech as you get in the sim. High ball crown. You've also got cut face design on this one. So again, they're trying to keep ball speeds up across that face. If this does anything for aerodynamics, but it looks good. When it comes to sitting, and this is what I think is interesting, when it comes to sitting them on the ground, what I like about the Cleveland is it sits square to even slightly closed, I think.
Okay.
Which certainly with me having that shot that you're seeing there with the TAYLORMADE, I like that. The TAYLORMADE, because of the way the toe shaves off so much, and that bit at the end, it just makes me feel like I'm going to hit. Like sitting them, if you had to choose by just sitting them on the ground, I'm choosing the Cleveland all day long. So that's not looks as in the top and the graphics, that's how it sits.
Yeah.
Right, I'm expecting a tinnier sound here.
Oh yeah,
It
loud.
is a high pitched. See, that one's coming back.
Yeah.
Oh my word.
Uh-oh. Oh, not quite. Oh, dangerous. Not a cheap driver doing that.
How's that done now? We should work out how much per yard they're worth.
Yeah, pound per yardage.
So I instantly, with the way it sits and it reacts to my opinions of how it looks, I feel like I'm gonna turn it back a bit more. And I'm sure I won't every time. There you go, that one's hanging out a bit.
Yeah. Definitely not as aggressive to the right, is it?
No, it didn't have the curve as much, it felt like as well.
I wonder where you've hit them. Are they set? I'll wait until the end, actually. I'll wait, just so the numbers don't, you know, rack it for everyone.
So I reckon shot 2 was slightly toey, which is why it stayed there, it didn't come back. It needed to be either more toey or higher to get the curve back.
Oh, that sounded higher on the face.
More heely, and again, I've turned it.
Yeah.
And that's what I feel with this one. I feel like I could go either way, where I would feel with the sim, I have to really work to bring it back. And that would get me down.
Okay.
In time, that would I don't want to have to, I want to just swipe at it. And that does make me think, you know, the average golfer is slicing the arse off it, isn't they?
Yeah.
And that's just...
Because if you've got like a bad miss to the left, then the sim could work all day, couldn't it?
Yeah,
and it would stop you from worrying about that shot.
Possibly. Yeah, not bad. Maybe fraction toe side.
Oh, doing well.
Oh my word.
Oh yeah, hello.
So I definitely, and we'll look at the dispersion, I felt that I could be straighter with this, but don't, that's me. That's not saying this club is straighter than that. That's how I am reacting to the package that's put in front of me. Because people often say, what about dispersion? And I think, oh, it's so, how dispersion is me.
Yeah.
It's so tailored to my preconceptions of what I want to look at and what I feel compared to what movement I'm making at what time and the rest of it. Please, like even though I've hit this straighter, this is straighter for me as we stand with the swing thought I'm using at the moment.
Today,
that could flip next month, next week, in a year. Like they're not straighter than the other. Are we 4 and 4?
4 and 4, yeah.
So I do what? Okay, go on, let's see. What we got?
Do you want the compare screen or do you want this screen?
Let's stay with this one for now.
This one? Okay, so sim, 264 carry.
Yeah.
Spinning at 2-3.
Good numbers.
267 carry for the Cleveland.
Very similar.
2-2 spin.
Very
so
similar.
Within 70 revs
Launching
on average.
Within 0.1 of a degree of each other.
Yeah.
Ball speed's almost the same.
Yeah.
Little higher with the Cleveland, if you want to say that.
A little bit higher, yeah.
That's not fair because I've got
a low one in there.
Yeah, and I guess.
It's not that bad actually. That will average those out.
Look at the paths are staying pretty much the same. 1.3 into out to 1.6 into out. If you just hover mouses over there for that, to show people. And then look at the face, it's only 1.7 on average open. Like you get 2 3s open with the sim.
Yeah.
And I just not really getting that with the Cleveland.
No. Yeah, but most is 2.5 there.
Yeah.
And that still wasn't a destructive miss to the right, was it?
Yeah, and that worries me slightly. It really does. And the fact that the sim is more, I need to get the club head speed. It's 2 mile an hour difference in there, which is why we're seeing different distances coming at them. I don't think that this goes any further than the sim. I think the sim is at the top end of where clubs will be. Let's just hit a few more with the sim, see if I can get a better strike, better shape. Nope, that's a sky. But what's interesting with the sim is I do feel like I have to find, I've said this in so many reviews, that I'm working to find where to hit it. And other clubs, I just don't have to do that. And I would put myself as a pretty decent driver of the ball.
Yeah.
Why do I have to work so hard with this is what just worries me a bit. Again, that's a low heel. He's going to do well.
Yeah, still doing all right, isn't it?
There you go. That has to be a button. How is that fading? Good number though. Look at that's the furthest.
Yeah.
I don't know how that is. That is not fading with any other club that I hit. You might need to just take one out of there, man.
We're not playing my game, are we?
It's not dropped that, 268. That. Oh, 243.
243, yeah.
Let's get rid of that one.
Do you want it deleted?
No, just disable.
I did disable it there, yeah. So that's disabled. So 266 to 267. Again, like similar. Spin hasn't really changed again. 2.2 to 2.50. Launches the same.
Ball
speeds the same.
Did I get club head up?
Yes,
yeah,
110.
So 0.7 now difference. I mean, I can't. That's pretty human testing.
Yeah.
Decent. Look at dispersion again. Now let's just look at club. So 0.9 open with the Cleveland, and I'm averaging 1.6.
1.9.
Sorry, 1.9, and it's just 1 degree difference.
Yeah.
And then if we move that into dispersion, so if you go to ball, so I mean we're 24 right to 3 right. But obviously their averages.
Yeah, so you do have a left in there and a right, so they're evening themselves out a bit,
so the standard deviation is 20, and the standard deviation is actually closer, 14. You probably can't see at the bottom there, 14.2.
Yeah.
But there's nothing going left. Maybe is there anything left apart from the mishit? There's not one.
Not
going
one
left.
No.
And all of those, apart from the four right scares me. Sorry, the 4 right I want. The other ones are all on the brink of just being a little too far right.
47 right, 37 right, like they're just a bit too much, aren't they?
And if you let's go into the last shot for me. Just double click the last shot, and then go to club. I hit that sweet as. I hit 2 into out. Face was 2 open to that, so yes, it should cut to the right. But I can show you probably Cleveland numbers with that drawing.
Yeah.
And I think that is.
So is their CG in different placements
possibly
as well?
CG placements different.
Like that thing coming out the back there.
Yeah. I just think this is a fade machine.
Yeah.
I really do. And I've seen golfers on tours saying exactly the same. 2 good clubs. I can see why anyone would go for either. I think they're very even. I think you get the adjustable neck, obviously, in the Sim that adds a little bit more element of custom fit over the launcher. You're going to see the launcher in a lot more shops. Sorry, you're going to see the Sim in a lot more shops,
yeah,
than the launcher. So I can see why the sales will be different. But apart from brand alliance, I can't work out why they're a different price if you come to just hitting balls with numbers.
No.
Maybe in the comments down below, let me know, because you know which one's going to sell more. And we've done this for a long time now, and as much as I want it to be about numbers, unfortunately I don't think it is enough. Two good drivers though, two very good drivers. Which one would you get? Post comments down below. Let me know if you want me to compare either of these to any other drivers you're thinking as well, and we'll do it. Just let us know in those comments down below.